episode of JRCTv. Today we are focused on the topic of love and relationships. And specifically, we're going to be focused on something that I feel is literally a game changer in relationships. Something that causes relationships to grow and flourish and be incredible and amazing. And it's the same factor that, if not done properly, causes relationships to die, fall apart, and become empty and makes us feel alone, even if we're with the person that we love. And this factor, very simply, when I tell it to you, you're going to go, well, that's just obvious. But so many of us fall victim to this one factor because of the training we've had in how to get a relationship, how to find our ultimate relationship. And before I tell you what this factor is, let me tell you what I see as a lot of the training I hear that people say that is useful. And I'd recommend you doing it if you're single and looking for a relationship. But it's something that has a little bit of a negative side effect that we don't quite recognize. Anyway, so most of us have been taught, if you want to find your ultimate relationship, your dream relationship, the most amazing relationship, you have to know what you're looking for, step one. So this very first step is you have to identify who is the ultimate dream person that I want to spend my life with. You know, who are they on the inside? Are they loving? Are they caring? Are they kind-natured? Are they happy? Are they silly? Are they funny? Are they adventurous? Who are they? What's their nature like? And then amplify from the inside nature of who they are as a human being, what are the traits and values and beliefs this person would have that make them so magnificent in our eyes? So that's the first list. What are the musts? Who are they absolutely that we want them to be? The second list we've been taught on how to make is who are they never? I mean, what is that list that absolutely you will not stand for? Meaning if they're this kind of person, they're out. You know, for me, that's something like drugs or drinking or partying or anything crazy like that. They're gone. I'm too focused on my health and giving back that I need the energy. I can't, lose time and stuff like that. But for other people, that's not on their list. So what is that must for you? The must never. You look for the must always, the must never. And then the third list we're always taught. And the third list we're taught is who do we have to be as a human being to naturally attract that person into our lives, to naturally magnetize ourselves so that, they have to come find us. They have to connect with us because we're naturally the person that would attract them into our lives. Now, the fourth list is the most important list that I've found that actually makes the relationship work or not. And it comes first with the mindset. Are you going to a relationship to get something, or are you going to a relationship to give something? And many of us, business relationships, friendships, circle of influence, community, we focus on what can we get from it. And it's why we feel so empty nowadays. We focus on what, if I'm going to have lunch with you, what am I going to get out of this conversation? What am I doing it for? Versus, if I'm going to go have lunch with you, what can I add to your life? What can I give to you as a human being that'll help amplify your experience of this life? If I'm going to go have a business lunch, how do I give to that client? How do I give to that friend? How do I give to that associate to help them flourish in their life? Not only that, if you're going to go meet the man or woman of your dreams, instead of thinking, hey, I'm lonely, hey, I want to spend more time with someone, hey, I'm missing something in my life and I think they'll fill my gap, you got to switch the mindset to what are the greatest treasures, the gifts within that you value, that you cannot wait to share with someone, that are waiting and building inside of you, the stuff that you really treasure. And what are those gifts, and how would you like to share them with that person, your ultimate dream person? How would you like to share them with your clients? How would you like to share them with your friends and your community, your family, the people you connect with the most often? Because here's what happens. In relationships, when you stop focusing on something you're going to go try and get from the relationship, and you start really honing in and focusing on what am I going to go give to the relationship, it's amazing how they flourish. You get these incredible people who are happy and sharing and loving, and it feels so abundant because you're always giving more and watching how it lights that person up. Versus the people who are always frustrated, at least in my experience, have always gone around being the people who say, listen, they don't give me this, and they stop doing this for me, and they're not interested in this for me. And they're so focused on what they're getting or not getting from the relationship versus what they're giving and can't wait to share with that relationship. Anyways, it's a very simple tip. Hopefully you download today's worksheet because it has a section in questions for all four of those lists. It has question 1, if you're single looking for that dream person, how do you describe them? Who would they be? What are the must factors? If you're, not only that, who would they never be? And what are the must nevers? Also, who is the person you have to be to naturally attract them? And finally, the most important list, regardless if you're single or in a relationship, What are you going to give? What are the greatest treasures, the things you value most in who you are as a human being, that you strive to share and give and you literally just constantly flood that other person with? There's another key factor you want to make sure happens in picking the right person. If you're single and looking, you want to make sure that the gifts you treasure the most within are the gifts that the person you want to spend the time with, you want to spend your life with, also treasures and values as well. Otherwise, you'll always have a gift that you cannot wait to share with that person, and they'll see no value in it, and it'll make you feel empty because your gift of always wanting to share won't get recognized. It's a key to make things last. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this episode of JRCTv. I look forward to seeing you next week. Make sure to download the worksheet, and until then, I hope you have an amazing week. Bye.